So speaking of the music part, as far as like sensationalizing things like that, what role are you going to play in the music industry coming into it?
Well, I think that our people would buy positive music.
Definitely.
I believe one of the problems is that the record labels won't promote it. You know, they won't give them the same attention. And this is just my observation from being out on the street and you know, paying attention to the music industry for the past 13 years.
Right.
You know, most of the guys who don't get record deals, they don't put their all into what they're doing. And what I mean by that is they may go to the studio and work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some do. But it's more than just going in the studio. You know, you got to get out on the street. You know, you got to make people hear you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got to feel you. They got to touch you. I took my book. I went to the supermarket. You know, I was standing in front of the door at the supermarket. Like, this is my book. You know, support.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
like,
That's how you got to do
you'll
it.
be surprised by how many people will buy. And then if you're able to do that, then you can take that money and put it toward a budget to where now you can do something like the major labels are doing. You know, to break a record, you know, on the radio in this country, roughly about $250,000, $300,000. You know, but most guys on the street, they're not going to say that kind of money up. You know, they're going to take that money and go buy a Benz. They're going to get the road change first. You know, I got a guy that I work with, and he was telling me, well, the had a look is better than having the $300,000 for the budget. I was like, no, because if you get the $300,000 for the budget, you're gonna get the look. The look is gonna come, you know.
Right.
But some believe it's the opposite direction. I believe, I'm one who believe it's better to have the money and not look like it than to look like you have the money and be broke. So
for sure, for sure. Yeah. So are you going to be looking to like start a label and just recruit new artists?
Yeah. I want to recruit new artists. I want to just help the industry. You know, my goal is to really just help as many people as I mean, that's how I always come up. I mean, you know, it's kind of selfish of me to help other people, but you know, I like to do that.
Right? No, it's a good thing.
I like to help other people.
It could be a gift and a curse sometimes.
Well, you know, for me, it's always. Yeah, I mean, I done got kicked in the butt quite a bit. You know,
right.
I got red spots all over my butt, but I done kicked in it so many times.
Right.
But you know, my man said the only person that never lost is the one who never played.
Exactly.
So you know, I enjoy playing the game. The game is fun to me right now. I'm excited about life in general, just overall. And, you know, I just want to make a difference. You know, I want when my time comes to an end, you know, people will say, man, the world was a better place because he lived.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so let's switch gears and talk about your marijuana brand, LA King Plants. You want to talk about that?
Yep. Well, I was, you know, I was paying attention to the marijuana industry. You know, I got in the black market when I got off the road. You know, it's crazy how it happened because I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go to they was having the Cannabis Cup out in San Bernardino. And oh my God, I was just like, come on, man, let's go celebrate.
Right.
Like, man, I ain't getting involved with that weed stuff, man. He was like, man, I bet they'll buy a lot of books.
Right.
I said, what? You think so? He said, yeah, I bet you'll sell 5 cases of books.
Wow. So
I ran in the house and I brought out 5 cases, 200 and some books.
in one day.
Yeah, they bought all of them.
That's what's
I
up.
could have sold more.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So when that happened, I fell in love with the community. You know, it's like,
yeah,
fuck, this is where
it's a good community.
This is where I
It's a really good community.
So I've been stuck with it ever since. You know, when I got home, they got me high as a kite because I didn't smoke, but I was doing the edibles, man. I didn't know it was hot out there, so they gave me a popsicle. And, you know,
popsicle?
That was a popsicle. And what was so crazy is that these people had stuff that they had personally made for me.
Oh, just like the
cake.
Like the cake she made you. Yeah.
But they knew I was vegan though.
Oh.
No, but these people knew I was vegan, and I was like, how did you make vegan stuff for me, and I didn't even know I was coming.
That's insane.
Like, how did you make this for me, and I didn't know I was coming. And my guy who invited me, he didn't know. And it was like 3 or 4 people that had different little candies and popsicles, and so I
They were waiting for you.
I never did edible before. So.
That was the first one?
Yes.
So what was that like, your popsicle, your first edible? What was that experience?
Well, you know what? It didn't hit me till I got home, luckily, because I was driving.
Oh, okay.
So I drove all the way from San Bernardino to LA, and I'm sitting in the living room, and then I called my brothers in, and I was like, man, y'all come in the living room, man, I gotta tell y'all something. And so we sit in the living room like, listen, man, I'm gonna get in this weed business, man. Y'all with me or what? And then I just forgot everything.
Oh, wow. Where you do that? You get some great ideas.
I was on stuck.
Right.
Like, I'm sitting in a room like, who is writing this movie? Whoever is, tell him to figure out what's our next move, because I forgot what I was supposed to be doing. I forgot my line. It was a crazy trip. They finally got me some orange juice, and I threw up.
Oh, wow. Oh, your whole experience.
Oh, no, this was crazy.
You threw up off an edible?
The orange juice and the edibles. They went online and they found out, because they said I was trembling and everything. They said I was. They was thinking about calling the ambulance. I was like, no, I don't want to go to the crazy house. I said, no, don't call the ambulance, whatever you do.
So you weren't that high. You knew at least.
I knew, don't call the ambulance.
I'm going to ride. It's all right.
Let me ride this thing out.
Right.
But yeah, that was the craziest trip. I had a couple trips off of edibles. So since then, I've done 2 or 3, tablets at one time, and I shouldn't have done. But I always know how to control those now after that first trip.
Moderation. You got to ease your way into it.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I got into the cannabis industry, and after I got in it, I saw that there was not enough blacks in, and I didn't really like that.
Right.
So I said, you know what, I'm gonna make a stand, and I just started going hard, man, like I do with everything I do. And I found out they were giving out licenses downtown, and I started going on the marches and started going downtown and arguing with City Hall, and then I found out that they wasn't going to let convicted felons get licenses.
All right.
So I said, no, we can't do that. And I came up with logical reasons why convicted felons should get licenses.
Wow. You played a part in that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. That needs to be known, because that's a big deal for a lot of people.
Well, it definitely is. Well, the way I told them in the way it should go. They got guys who sold marijuana, but because they was the right complexion, they never got arrested. But then because you was a different complexion and you were targeted, to go to prison, you paid your dues. But the guy who never got busted, he never paid his dues, and he got a license only for the fact of his complexion, or he knew police officers, or they didn't target their communities. So why would you benefit one and not benefit the other?
Yeah, that's actually exactly what happened to me back in 2012. I was promoting at this club in Arizona, and dude I worked with actually gave us some weed. I didn't really sell weed like that, but I knew people who did. So I connected him with somebody, got him the weed. Turned out he was a secret informant. Ended up getting locked up for 3.5 years over that case, selling weed. So I do understand, and all the repercussions that come along after, because what they do is, once you're a felon, they try to financially strangle you. There's so many opportunities that they cut off for you. So I appreciate you being a part of that movement. So
And
felons can.
And they can have another round of licenses
Yeah.
here in LA. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
I got the text today, so I think next month they're gonna start vetting people again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be in touch.
For
For sure. For sure.